All right. Everybody click got it. Hey, everybody. Happy Monday. I am an exhausted David Silverman today. It's been Zoom after Zoom after Zoom after Zoom. It's been the busiest Monday I think I've had in probably 3 years. And it's very exciting things that are going on. A lot of you are absolutely winning. Conversations I'm having with people are just remarkable people coming into this business now because they've experienced the product. Welcome to the call. I'm David Silverman, an Ambassador Diamond in most of your upline, or many of your upline, and Debbie Wetzler is an Ambassador Diamond, is my sponsor, and she's my dear friend that introduced this to me, and we do this call every Monday night. Welcome to the team call. We cover a few things. One is we make announcements, things that are going on, so you're aware of them. Some things you might know, some things you might know, and recognize people who have advanced in rank this past week. We do some training. Sometimes we have some special guests on here, and it's really a sense of community, getting together every week. You know, when you are a pioneer in something, sometimes it's a little bit lonely. You're out telling somebody about something that's really, really important, and sometimes they just don't grasp it. And sometimes it's people that you love. And I'm not talking about really important like a good movie or a good restaurant, which we're at right now. I'm talking about something important that could literally save their lives, or somebody they love. And sometimes they're not until you've had an experience with it, it sounds too good to be true. So it is nice to get together once a week, absolutely, with people who already know. Do you know what I mean? Like already know that this is what it is. And there's no feeling like, oh my God, if you only knew, I could change your life. I could save someone you love. We don't do that on Mondays. We already know. And that's why it's great to come to the convention. I hope everybody is coming to the convention. It's April 21st to the 23rd in Las Vegas, and there's a medical professional board meeting that's open to everybody on the 20th. I pray that everybody on this call is coming to that event. It's not that far away, but that's why we have the call. And Debbie, I'm going to let you introduce yourself, and then I'm going to see if Sean is on. If not, I'm going to message him because I wanted him on early in the call if possible. Okay.
Okay. Absolutely. And welcome everyone. Joyce, I'm with Joyce Gladstone in North Carolina at this point. And she was asking me why David and I did this together. And I said, just because we were such good friends, we have such a great time together. And I hope the team all feels that and knows that we love everybody. And we both love seeing your advancements, your connections, becoming part of the ASEA family, all that wonderful stuff, and that we see each other every single Monday night. And we get to watch you just become, as Tyler would say. So welcome to the team call, everyone. This is where we do recognize or welcome new people and introduce them to the team. And we do recognitions and announcements, as David said. So I can look to see if Sean is on at this point.
It doesn't look like he's on yet. So do you want to do
the
recognition part first? Because let me just share with you all. Let me just share who's coming on real quick. Sean Drebin introduced this product to a dear friend of his 6 years ago, didn't listen, and he had a terrible stroke. And the guy is just a remarkable entrepreneur, high energy. And at 39, he had a terrible stroke, and that was 10 years ago. And he finally listened. I did a 3-way call with him, and he used the product, and it's just absolutely lit him up. The guy, remarkable human being. And he's going to be coming on in just a few minutes to share what's happened with him and why he's doing this. He's coming to the fly-in. We have a fly-in on March 29th. If you have some influential people, you need to let us know right away. March 29th is the day. Debbie and I will be there. Debbie has a lot of people coming. I have a lot of people coming at corporate, at headquarters to meet with Tyler, with Chuck Funky, with the president and then the CEO. In fact, Sean Enton is going to be on in a minute. He spoke with Tyler today for an hour. And I have to tell you that I've helped people, very influential people who have a lot of contacts with this product, and they don't tell a lot of people for whatever reason. And it makes me realize what kind of person they really are to not share it. And Sean's not like that, because when he had a stroke, it rocked his life and changed his life completely. And the conversation, I sat and listened to him and Tyler talking today on that Zoom, it made me cry. He's coming to the fly-in on the 29th. Those of you who are coming, you'll meet him. He's coming to the convention. He's bringing people to the convention. He's introducing this to veterans, severely injured veterans, to so many people. Just got a huge heart. So he'll be here in just a minute. So I've already kind of told you about him. So when he does come on, you'll know about him. But Debbie, if you want a recognition first, let's do that.
Okay. And
Sean's on, David.
Okay, great. Well, Sean, hang on a second. We're gonna get to you right after this segment. Don't go.
You want to have him on first? That's fine.
Okay, well, we can do that. All right, so Sean, can you unmute yourself?
Yes, I'm unmuted.
There he is. I can, I shall, I will. So
Hi,
I
everybody.
don't know if you heard me introducing you. Sean and I talk more than me and my wife do lately. I haven't met him physically. I will in a couple of weeks in Salt Lake City. But I said, just an example of somebody, I'll tell you a story real briefly here, but of someone who had it all, but didn't have it sounds to me. And he is dedicated his life to helping people now, particularly with stroke, because at 39, when you hit with a stroke, it rocks your world. So Sean, why don't you share with everybody who you are and what you're seeing with the C and why you're so excited.
Of course. Hold on, let me turn on my lights here, see if they work. Okay, here we go. Hello, everybody. Well, thanks, David. Yeah, so it was, I call my stroke now a gift. It really is. You know, at 39, I was on top of the world. I had everything. I lived on the beach, 2 young kids, one on my shoulders, one on my chest, off to SeaWorld, off to the zoo, living the life of being immortal, but living the life of not really understanding what life is all about, of being of service. I spent a lot of time with the veterans, a lot of times with the Navy SEALs in San Diego, saw what they went through with brain injury, but really couldn't understand them or identify with it because I was living my dream. And one day I was training with them, and no particular reason, I got choked out in combative training in jiu-jitsu. My carotid artery got severed and started sending clots to my brain. I did not know this. And weeks later, usually with a stroke, you have about 4 hours to get what's called the clot buster. And it's a shot that gets inside your system and releases the clots from forming, goes to the brain. And then you're not paralyzed. You're left with like no disability, 0. But so the stroke happened and I stroked 6 weeks post because I was in great shape and living life, to the edge, hanging out with celebrities and doing everything I was doing. For example, my partner at the time was Shaquille O'Neal. We launched a tequila company together. And I was forced to go through a series of events, which, David, I could speak frankly here, right? Or do I have to hold back?
You can, Sean. You can
Okay,
speak
okay.
freely here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay.
It's just our
Thank you,
team.
guys. Oh yeah. Okay. So, and then, they didn't know what to do with me because one hospital said, we can't treat him. So they medevaced me to another hospital where on Black Friday in Santa Barbara, there happened to be a neurosurgeon, one in the country, or maybe a few in the world, who knew what to do. They started immediately getting into my, help me save my life. But what they had to do was induce a coma to reduce the swelling in my brain. That didn't work. So then they had to, in the coma, they had to do what's called a craniectomy, which means like they had to take a piece of the skull off my head, store it in my abdomen, and put it back on. So I woke up after, I came to after the 10 days of the coma, and I had massive aphasia. I couldn't really understand anything. So my brain at 39 was that of a 3-year-old kid. So I couldn't speak, I couldn't talk, I couldn't do anything. It was really just, I was in bad shape. But something inside of me just said, keep fighting, found my reason, found my inspiration. And my reason and my inspiration was really my two daughters, because I don't want them to see me sitting here for the rest of my life in the wheelchair, just being, really just being this messed up. And on the course of my journey back, I started thinking, someone said to me, you're making a great comeback. Why don't you start telling the world about what you're doing? And it took me a while, but so I started talking to the media, ABC, Fox News, ESPN, and I started a little thing on Facebook. And that little thing on Facebook kind of grew from a few people to hundreds of people to 1,000 people. But what I was giving people was a sense of hope. And back in my journey, back in the hospital, and the first doctor who assessed me, and this first neuropsychiatrist says, you won't be able to do this, you won't be able to do that. And, don't ever think about driving again or getting back to work. And I realized, I was like, don't tell me I can't do anything. Don't even bring up that word can't. Hence my mantra behind me is I can, I shall, I will. And through my mantra, I took my first steps. And now what I do is within my community, in my brain injury community, my stroke community, I get people to do the same thing. I really spread hope and create what's possible, because I don't believe in the word impossible. It just means I am possible. And I'm a spokesperson for different foundations, one being my own, but I really speak amongst the veterans and people who really are looking to give up. And about 4 months ago, I was in massive pain because I just, having a stroke, your body, the signaling is not occurring in the way it should be. And I get spasms in my shoulder, my hip, my leg, and my knee, and my foot. And there's times where it's just like, I don't want to go back on opioids. I don't want to go back on SSRIs. I've gotten away from all that. And Sean Drebman, who I'm sure you guys know, most of you guys know who he is. He's in David's team too. He came to me and said, you got to try this Renew. And he bought me a SIA back in 17 or 18, but I wasn't ready for a SIA. I was actually telling Tyler this morning when on the phone with David, and the SIA wasn't ready for me. It just has to be timing. And the universe brought me the Renew gel. I started applying it to my neck and my shoulder and going, wow, I'm not in pain. And I didn't even know what that meant, what that felt like. And he said, well, you should start drinking the Redox. I'm like, what's the Redox now? And now there's more to this. He says, just start drinking this. And I started taking, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go all in. I eliminated a lot of my other stuff in my, because I'm all about validating the products. People send me stuff from all over the world, and most of the stuff I don't like because it just doesn't work. I speak on other companies, as David knows and Sean knows, but I started taking it. Something started changing my body. I went through some serious detox, major detox, just letting go of purging. I want to see just purging toxins and everything else in my body. And one moment, and David's been there for me, the light bulb went off, and I was like, holy shit, this is working. The pain is going away. And now I got to tell the world about it. And so David and I become close friends. He's my mentor, my coach, like my best friend at the moment. He really is. And I said, okay, I don't even know the how or the why, but what can we do to get this to my community? Let me get this into the veterans. Let me get this into the first responders. Right now, I was telling Tyler this morning that there's over 100 veterans a day killing themselves from PTS and just the physical pain they're in. And that's not right. We're sending these men and women, to war, and they're coming back and they're killing themselves. And now with the mass hysteria and the chaos happening in the world as we know it, we're about to go back to war. Hopefully not, it won't be as bad, but I just want to help people heal, and I want to be of service. And what my stroke allowed me to find was compassion and empathy and love. And it took me 10 years to find this and to find you guys, but I look at it as a SIA as just really being a family for me.
Well, Sean, we spent the hour with Tyler today, and I learned things about the product I don't even know what he was sharing with you. And he's so looking forward to meeting you, and you're bringing it to this sphere of influence that you have, that you had a sphere of influence before the stroke happened. But it seems like your sphere.
It was different. It was different than David. It was much different. It was based on capitalizing and monetizing, which nothing is wrong with capitalizing and monetizing. But, and listen, my injury, with my insurance was over $5 million. I spent over another $750,000 just to learn to walk again. And people said, what happened to all the money you had? I was like, what's the price to walk? Right. And now I'm looking at this going, wait a second, I can have a SIA, I can drink a SIA, I can rub it or I can drink it. And it's a lot less. And I think things can open up in my brain that took me all these other routes that for a lot less money and a lot faster, I can get people walking in and taking the first steps.
You know what you have of this is you have complete appreciation of it. And that it is a breathtaking breakthrough for humanity. And you have a sphere of influence, and the people who you know have even bigger spheres of influence, and the snowball's starting to roll. And I've been involved with this for 10 years as a business, 11 years as a user of the product. But I knew the day would come when this would happen. In fact, I had a conversation with Danielle Matthews today with another gentleman who was a massive sphere of influence, and things are starting to happen. And I didn't know you. I didn't know the gentleman I talked to with Danielle, but we build the business, we share with people, knowing that the lid on this genie's lantern is going to come off, and you're going to be a big part of it. And I'm just so happy that Sean brought it to you. You didn't listen the first few years. You weren't ready. We
Wasn't
could
ready.
have been here. We could have been best friends already.
I know.
5 years ago.
It's
But
okay,
it's okay.
though. I wasn't in the right mindset. I was
I
too
know.
angry. I was too caught up in my PTS. I really was. And you know what? The time is perfect now. And hence I look forward to today. And I'm just so excited that I get to be in this new family, because I look as a SIA as not just another company and not another MLM, but from what I'm learning about people, it is a family.
Yeah, you had conversations with Amy. Who'd you talk to? Amy and Carolyn?
Yes.
Yeah, and you're going to
Yeah.
meet Debbie you're going to meet Debbie and the other people that are coming to the fly-in on the 29th, and you'll meet everybody at the convention. And
And
thanks.
Sean introduced me to Sean a couple months ago. So yeah,
Right.
Yeah,
he's an amazing
and-
man.
Well,
No,
thank
we're
you.
good.
It's been 7 weeks. I'm, hopefully, as things will progress, I'll be able to do a lot more for all of you and for the company. And, I'm a little guy with the sphere of influence. I have a little community, but I have a niche community. Some of my friends have bigger ones, and we'll see what happens. We'll keep throwing this out in front of everybody and seeing what we can do to help people. And that's really the bottom line. I want to be of service.
God bless you, buddy. Looking forward to meeting you in person, giving you a big hug. And I know you're starting to get a little bit of movement back in your arm.
Oh yeah.
I'm hoping by then
Right.
you'll be able to get the arm around me too.
I would love that. I'm going to take you out for the golf, and I'll pick up my sticks again. Listen, if anything, I've already gotten everything I needed. My pain's gone down from, not a 10, 11, a 10, 9 or 8 to a 3, 4, and 5. That to me is everything, because now I can be part of this world and not be in so much pain. So whatever happens now is a blessing, is just the icing on the cake. I've already got what I needed, and I got you guys. So, and you guys have shown me a beautiful way of what's possible with life.
It's awesome.
Absolutely.
Sean, thanks for sharing.
Yes.
Thank you, Dave.
All right, thanks. Deb, I'm going to turn it over to you. And I got to tell you,
Okay.
I've deserted you like 2 weeks in a row, but my wife and my daughter came down from New York, and they're sitting in the restaurant. My shrimp parmesan, it just came out. I never even
So you're
tasted it.
deserting me again.
I am. I'm deserting you.
Okay.
I am.
I'm
But
taking
love
off the
you.
next 3 weeks.
I love you because well, I
I
don't
know.
know. Next week's okay. Then I'm out west doing trips. Oh, by the way, everybody,
So am I.
I didn't go through announcements. Well, Debbie will tell you where she's going. I'm going to a fly-in that's not our fly-in. I'm meeting one of Sean's contacts, the guy who developed the George Foreman grill and the
Yep.
Snuggie, Eddie
Yep.
Pham. I'm meeting him out. He's having amazing results. I'm meeting him at another fly-in on March 23rd. And then
Yeah, he has
going to
polio.
Yeah, polio. And I'm going to send flyers out. I'm going to be going to Seattle to do meetings on the 24th and 25th. And I'm going to be in Portland on the 26th. Then I'm going to be in about an hour from San Jose. And I think it's called Atascadero is where I'm going to be on Sunday, the 27th. Then I fly back to Salt Lake City we're going to have a dinner for the people who are coming to the fly-in. Please, if you have a sphere of influence people, call me or call Debbie to talk to the people who you're talking to and see if they want to come to this event. I mean, I can't even convey to you what people get from this at that event at corporate for that day. It's a very intimate
Absolutely.
thing. There are 3 spots left.
Are you buying dinner, David? Because I'm
And
gonna
then, yes,
invite I'm gonna invite everybody.
No,
we are
he
buying
sticks
dinner.
me with it, Sean.
Oh, he
We
does.
buy,
Okay.
Yeah,
we buy, we
but
buy,
I'm happy to buy it for you.
Oh,
we got-
I'm kidding. I would never let you do that, but
Of
I was
course
kidding.
you would. Of
no,
course you
no,
would.
we do. We get the
We
dinner, we
do.
get dinner, but two nights in a row. And usually the president or the CEO comes with us the second night. And then, and coming back, last thing I want to mention is convention. It's the 21st to the 23rd of April, the seaevents.com. We have the day before on the 20th, I'm flying in from LA. I'm going to go see Sean for a day there. We're probably going to fly together to Vegas, but on the 20th, there is a medical professionals board meeting panel discussion for everybody. It's 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock. It's a separate registration. And the reason it's separate because we talk pretty frankly about the science and what it does. And the company for liability person, people want to know, why is it $25? Why is there a charge? Why is it separate? Because the company has to separate themselves from the things that we're going to talk about. So it's like, it's not part of the convention. So you go to a seaevents.com, you can register, and then know that the convention goes Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Sunday, I'm going to fly to Salt Lake City again, and they're going to be tours of the production facility. And that's on the Monday and Tuesday afterwards. And if you want to do that or have people come, if they're coming from out of the country and they're in the country, they want to see the production facility, they go from Vegas, they can drive 5 hours, or they can fly Salt Lake City and take a tour. So I will be in Salt Lake City 24th, the 25th. I get there on the 24th. I'll be doing the tours on the 25th, which is a Monday, but they also have them on Tuesday. But when you see it yourself and you see where it's produced and how it's produced and the logistics and what is going on there, you're like, my God, this is, we're in an embryonic stage of this massive thing that's going to happen. So those are the announcements I've got to give you. And I'm going to have shrimp parmesan. Debbie, it's all yours.
Oh, thank you, David. Again.
Adios. Or arrivederci.
Arrivederci. Thank you for the Italian. Well, David has turned it over to me the last three weeks, and that's fine. We're going to be welcoming new people, and I will be at a lot of those events too. I will just put out my schedule to you guys on WhatsApp and stuff like that. So anyway, I'm traveling a lot, and I'll be at the fly-ins and all that kind of stuff. So, if you've got anyone coming, please let us know. We would love to have the names ahead of time so that we can greet them, take them under our wing, answer any questions, do all that kind of stuff. I was just with Chris Maston in North Carolina here, doing a big event here with Ed Weens and Terry Latham. And it was an incredible event, and the testimonials were mind-blowing, bigger than I've ever heard. And what this product does is definitely mind-blowing. So with that, as you're sharing this with people, we know that as you share it with more and more people, you go up in rank. And that's one of our ways of measuring who's sharing it with a lot of people and stuff. So we're going to go to right now to a quick recognition for the people who have come into ASEA and have advanced in rank for the past week. So I'm going to share my screen very quickly, and I will be going over those, and then we're going to welcome new people. So let me move this. So when you've signed up a person on your right and a person on your left, you now become a director from an associate. As you sign up, you're an associate. And the computer will do that for you, so you don't have to worry. So our new directors this week are Marilyn Polistico, Wendell Bassett, Callan Marie Shira. Those are our new directors. As more and more people order product, you start gathering points on both sides, When you've gathered 300 on the left and 300 on the right, you become a Director 300. Our new Director 300s this week are Kevin Lyons, who I was just with in North Carolina here, Charlene Banawa, Jeslyn Temporoso, Shirley Morano, Joseph Dario, Anthony Banaga, Angelique Nichols, Paz Buschild. And forgive me for any mispronunciations. Gigi Castillo, Mariford Jin, Josephine Campos, Sue Shirky, Christina Valet, and those are our new Director 300s. Again, as you're going up, we have people get to 700 points on both sides, and now you're a Director 700. So our new Director 700s this week are Ines Moikoy, Emilia Ramos, Anthony Boneglia, Ruth Manganoya, that's not right, Johanna Kakanindin, Doreen Mabal, Elmer Quintos, the Wellness Principal, Norma Rickelbain Austin, Kayla Shunke, Minerva Montemayor, Karen Tran, Ashley Nastar, Nilda Guerlacan, Kathy Roger, and Renelda Spangler. Now we get to the executive ranks. And to become an executive, you become a leader. And at this point, people have stepped up to be a Director 300 with you and do the business with you. And so to become bronze, you need 2,000 points on both sides and 2 Director 300s. So our new bronze executives for the past week were Flory Silverman, David's daughter, Amelia Alfonso, congratulations to those two, June Evangelista, and Josephine Dario. Those are our new bronze executives for this week. Then to become a silver, which is the next step, you need 3,000 on both sides and 3 Director 300s. We have a new silver executive, and that's Eric Bergman. And they live up in the Washington area. And Gina is his wife. They were just at a fly-in. And the next executive level is gold, and that's 5,000 on both sides and 4 Director 300s. And our new gold executive is Jacqueline Ramos. And so we congratulate all of them. That's a spectacular job. You guys are very much sharing what this product can do. Sean's one of the most beautiful examples of it. And again, we appreciate him for being on and sharing this with us. And now we would like to welcome new people to our team. So if you have anyone who is new and you'd like to introduce, please unmute yourself and let us know who you're introducing. And I know you've all been signing up, people, so. Well, okay. This will be a first if we don't have anyone, which is absolutely fine. I know not everybody can get on the team phone call. The announcements for this week would be, I don't think there's anything new. I just asked Seth about, there was a confusion over a Connect call, and he had announced that we might have a Connect call either today or tomorrow. And he said he had gotten, he had talked to some people, and he hasn't quite set the date yet, but there's one coming up and he will let us know about that. So the new Connect call has got a lot of different wonderful new things that will be very helpful in onboarding people and getting them signed up and getting them walk through how to get started. And that'll be wonderful. And then, of course, tomorrow night is, I think, our best tool that we have as a team, and that's called Ask the Doctor. It's at 8 o'clock Eastern. It's with Dr. Carolyn Hoffman and Lynn Matthews. They go over not only the product and what it can do, but also the business and how to share it. And then they stay around to answer questions at the end. It's on this very same number that we're on right now. So that's Ask the Doctor and our team phone call. On Thursday nights and on Friday nights, it's at discoverasia.com. And that will loop you into the Zoom that takes you to Alan Noble's, that will take you to Alan Noble's Discover ASEA. I'm going to ask Suad to mute herself. Thank you. There we go. Alan Noble does a beautiful presentation on Thursday nights. He's been our spokesman since day one when this started 12 years ago. And every Thursday night, he does a beautiful presentation of what ASEA is and also what the business can do for people. So if you want to get new people to that, it's at Discover ASEA. And then this Friday night is Dr. Ray Dixon. That's when doctors interview other doctors normally about what's going on in ASEA. And that is another beautiful Discover ASEA on Friday nights. And those, if you want to see any of the older ones, there's a Harvard trained doctors, there's many doctors. David's been on many times. Nurses, Amy Stacey has been on. She was just on like a week ago, I believe it was. Anyway, if you go to Redox Matters, they're all kind of housed there and you can go back and watch them and or send them to people. It's called redoxmatters.com. Is there anything else that anyone else would like to announce? Or ask a question about? Right after this call at the top of the hour, wherever you are, is Cindy's global call with Dan Doyle. They always have someone very special on discussing. It's a half-an-hour call. So if you're wanting to tune into that, it was for everyone's team phone call, and it starts at the top of the hour again, and that's at Discover ASEA also.
Thanks, Debbie. I'm actually stepping in tonight.
Oh, you're going to be on?
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Dr. Carolyn Hoffman's going to be on at the top of the hour. And she is always a wealth of knowledge. So if you want to tune into that, it's at the top of the hour. Go to discoverasea.com, and it's a presentation type of a webinar. So you won't really see each other, but you will hear Cindy and Dr. Carolyn Hoffman and Dan Doyle a lot of times. So perfect. So get on and support. Kevin Lyons is on. Jackie, did you want to introduce him? I don't think he's been on a team phone call. Okay.
He said he introduced himself 2 weeks ago.
He did.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Did he not? I'd be happy to.
Well, we could have him say hi again.
Kevin, are you able to talk?
Kevin was just in the Charlotte big event that happened down here, and he heard some of the incredible testimonials. It was pretty incredible.
There
So
he is.
Kevin, there he is.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. Tell us what you learned and tell us who you are again. Sorry.
Oh, see, I've got a short-term memory.
I see. I get it. Great.
Again.
ASEA is
Okay.
supposed to be helping you with that.
I know it is. It's working. It's working. Okay. I'm Kevin Lyons. I'm not from Charlotte. I'm from West Virginia, but I've been in Charlotte. A great event. Absolutely great. In fact, I stayed at Joyce's house one night where they're at there now. I recognize everything. But anyway, yeah, the testimonials, like you said earlier in this broadcast, was phenomenal, and learned a lot of stuff. I've talked to today 4 different people that just tell them about the event. Some of them that have worked for me in my restaurant and stuff, but Steve, who's a guy who is interested, and I'm hoping he's going to turn his handle the right way quickly. So I really, there's just so much that there were so many different things that were spoken down there that just was like, it's almost, it's so much miracle talk about the product that, it's almost, you can't believe it. It's like, but the main thing with me is I had a very good friend there who didn't know he was going to be there. His name is Scott Francis. And I think Debbie realizes that he and I have a strong connection
Yes.
due to being a magician. And he's a magician and I'm a magician. And he had a brother who had an incident that happened to him. And he
You
had
can say it, you can say it on this call.
well, he had a stroke 14 years ago, and his brother did. And he's made a long recovery. And in a short time, we'll put it that way. He's made a long recovery in a short time. It took 14 years. I think it was 6 months ago when he actually started taking the ASEA. And he is now up and walking without a cane or anything.
Mhm.
So, and I've known Scott for so long, and it really hit me on home base with that one. That was the one that really got me teary-eyed, we'll say it that way, because I just know him on a very personal basis. That's, I'm going to be going to the fly-in also, as it looks. And I just before this call was still trying to find a decent price on a flight. Has anybody got any tickets out there for Vegas that I'm willing to take them to find me a good flight out of Pittsburgh, so to get to Vegas. But Spirit Airlines is the only one I can find that's really works easily for my schedule. So I may end up going with that. I have not booked it yet, but that's the one I've got on hold right now. So, but yeah, it's been great, and I'm glad to be on here again. So
Thank you, Kevin.
Yep.
Yeah, it was an incredible testimonial. This man not only had a stroke, he also had vertigo. So he was literally walking like this. And his brother had to hold him back to keep from falling into traffic. And he called him and said, I'm going to do bodily harm to myself, basically. And his brother Scott, who's the magician, said, no, wait. And he literally brought him the ASEA. He drank it. He hadn't been able to walk for 14 years properly. He was on a walker and he had 18 canes. And he literally took 8 ounces of ASEA in one sip. And he sat there for a few minutes and he said, I think I can walk up the incline. And his brother Scott said, wait a minute. No, we're not doing that. You're, without my canes. And, but he stood up and walked up this incline. And he sat there in tears, just saying, this has turned around my life. Very similar to what Sean was just saying, with his stroke. And it was one of the most moving testimonials you'll ever hear in your life. And since Kevin knew Scott, it was very touching. So if you guys don't know that you're doing good, know it from hearing testimonials like that one, that, and Scott had turned down Chuck Tyndall for over a year, saying, no, I am not going to do this. And he saved his brother's life, pretty much.
When he finally said yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. So it was quite an event. We had another man who had 45,000 pounds fall on him when his truck crashed and crushed him all over his body. And now he is back in full and able to speak again. I mean, the testimonials there were amazing. So please get to events. You'll hear things that you won't hear in other places. You will see things that you won't see in other places. Some things that, can't be said unless you're in private with them. And it's very life-changing. So if there's nothing else, anyone else have a question or want to say anything? We've got a lively crew on tonight, so I can say. Anyway, well, David and I love all you guys. We can't wait to see you. We'll see most of you hopefully soon. And at convention, if not sooner, if you're coming to the fly-in, we can't wait to meet you and see you again. So, and that is another incredible event, very different from a live event, but you get very much the heart of the company with that. And so please, if you have anyone else, David said there's 3 spots left. If you have anyone else with a great sphere of influence or what you think would benefit from coming to the event, please let us know. In the meantime, I'll let you go. You can take a break, have a little glass of water or whatever you want to have. And if you want to get on at the top of the hour, Cindy Buck's going to have Dr. Carolyn Hoffman on. So have a great evening, everyone. Thanks for coming.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Have a good night.
Bye,
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Absolutely.